Welcome to the Heart-Centered Entrepreneur Podcast. I want you to be rich. Yes, I want abundant financial success for your business. But I don't just care about your business making money. I care about you too. I want you to be rich in happiness, in the impact you make, in your relationships, and in how you give back. I'm Anna. I built my six-figure business as a side hustle while I was pregnant with my daughter in 2016. Now I've helped dozens of women do the same. I'm here to help you build a profitable, heart-centered, fully booked business with the latest tips on sales and visibility, with proven mindset hacks, and sneak peeks behind the scenes with what's working right now in the online space and in my business. Ready to make more money with heart? Let's go. Hi, sweet friends. Oh boy, did I miss you. I know that you've been getting a podcast every week, but I had batched some guest episodes and some solo episodes so that I could take an extended holiday break. I was going through some personal stuff and everything ended up working out wonderfully. And then I got time for my family during the holidays. My best friend of 20 years came and visited me. And that was so special. Of course, in San Diego, we don't really get snow, but we got a lot of rain and we got a record player. And I was just feeling like this is one of my favorite Christmases ever. It just felt very vibey. Got to go ice skating and all the holiday things. And I'm so thankful for it. So thankful for the time off, but also so excited to be back and just excited to start off for me what feels like a new decade in business. For me, I'm celebrating this year my 10th year in business. And it really feels like there's such a shift in the online space. Last year, I retired my mastermind of over 5 years, Sell with Heart, after much thinking and decision, and designed a completely new mastermind, the 3-day entrepreneur mastermind. Launched it about a quarter ago, and the women that are in it right now are doing an amazing job, getting great results. And it is a great shift, an aligned shift, but it was a very hard shift for me because I don't like change and transition very much, which is, as an entrepreneur, like so much of what we need, right, is the ability to risk and change. And I really feel like the businesses that are going to make it in the next decade are ones that don't play it safe, the ones that are willing to change things up. If you are in the middle of wanting to change up one of your programs, I did a podcast on the 10 changes I made to the mastermind, how I marketed it differently, how I positioned it differently, but also on the back end, how I designed the curriculum a lot differently, because I feel like, number one, what it takes to succeed online now is a little different in some ways than it was 5 years ago. So I really wanted to update the curriculum. But also I feel like how we learn as women is shifting a little bit, right? We think about the nature of TikTok and Instagram Reels, and our attention spans are changing. And so I just really wanted to change the curriculum of the program so that it was effective and simplified. And I've been getting great feedback from the shift. So it was well worth it, but sending you a big hug if you are planning on updating some of your programs as we go into this new year. But that's not what I want to talk to you about today. What I want to talk to you about today is a shift that I made personally that is kind of a big deal for me in how I have been doing things personally in my mindset work. Over the last 5 years, I had been doing it digitally. I have a daily check-in. That's 6 questions I ask myself almost every morning. And I have this Google Doc, and I had been doing it online on my Google Doc almost every day for the past 5 years or more. And it really served me well. And sometimes I would write like literally pages and pages after I started getting going on these 6 reflective questions that I asked myself for my business mindset work. And I would often use that same Google Doc throughout the day when I felt stuck, when I felt a mindset block, when I felt anxiety, and it would get me back into action faster, or if something challenging happened with a client. But I, over the past few weeks, have been doing something completely differently. And it would shock me if I would have told you this a few months ago, because I really was set in my way around it. And it reminds me of the mastermind too. I was really set in my way around the old mastermind. But you know how you feel like something's shifting, and you kind of resist it, and you kind of dread it, and you're kind of scared. But then once you make the shift, you're like, oh my gosh, why didn't I make this shift earlier? Because our intuition never lies, right? And the only, that phrase, like the only thing constant is change, like I believe that. And so I'd been really feeling like I think I told you girls that for a while, I started doing my daily check-in in ChatGPT. I don't know when I started doing this, but I started pasting my daily journal there basically and getting ChatGPT's reflections. And while it's immediately gratifying, I was noticing it was literally the opposite of what I was trying to do, which was every day tune into my intuition and check in with myself. And so I was like, okay, I need to do something different. So then I committed to, okay, Anna, go back to your Google Doc, do your daily check-in in the doc, and then you can paste a part or two into ChatGPT, right? And that was feeling okay, but I felt like I needed to be even more extreme with it, right? If you guys have done my phone detox program before, you know I feel like technology is getting so powerful that we kind of need to have extreme measures to withstand it, not just for our personal lives, but I feel like for business, right? Because I feel like the businesses that last are going to be the ones that stand out. How do we stand out online? By remaining our true selves, by keeping our intuition on, by keeping our creativity on, right? And I feel like as technology increases and just infiltrates our life more and more, we have to have harsher boundaries so that we can stay connected to our intuition, stay connected to our creativity, stay connected to our source energy. And so I was really feeling the need to like be even more separated. And so I was feeling like I think I need to bring my daily check-in back to paper. I was dreading this though, because part of why I love my daily check-in online, number one, it's eco-friendly. Number two, I can type so much faster than I can write, you guys. My mom put me in typing games when I was really young. And so I'm a very fast typer. I'm a very fast thinker. And so what I loved, and really for the past decade, you guys, I have been through very challenging personal situations. And so for me, I just having a space to be able to just process everything that was going on in my life and do my mindset work on my Google Doc was like such a blessing. And sometimes I would write, I would do my 10-minute daily check-in and write my affirmations and do my wins. But sometimes I would keep going, you guys, and I would journal for like 3 pages of text. And so when I considered bringing my daily check-in to paper, I was like, I'm going to be slower. And here's the other thing, you guys. I actually write the wrong way. I have this crazy callus on my finger because I have always written the wrong way. So after I write for a little bit, you guys, my hand hurts and I get a hand cramp. And so as I've been journaling, I've been trying to like retrain myself to write the correct way so that I don't hurt my hand. But it really is slowing me down. But you guys, my word of the year that came to me a few months ago before all of this is slow. My word of the year for 2026 is slow. And so when I had that thought of like, if I go back to my daily check-in on paper, it's going to slow me down. Ding, ding, ding. I was like, okay, Anna, that's my whole intention, is not to slow down my business results, not to slow down my personal goals around my kids and my friendships. But I want to do a different approach. And I feel like I'm exiting a chapter, chapters of survival and really going into seasons of thriving now that my business is established, now that I have my house, I have such good friendships, right? Like, that I really feel like I want to keep growing my business exponentially, but from a place of slowness and intention. And so I really feel like this mirrors that. And so not only have I started doing my daily check-in on paper, but I have started also tracking some metrics that are important to me on paper. I used to use the app Days Sense. If you do digital tracking, I highly recommend this app. It's a great app. It's free. It's called Days Sense. There's probably others like it. I think it's mostly used for like sobriety, but I am a huge fan of like using sobriety tools in our normal life. And so I used to use that tool if I was like trying to set a new boundary with someone or trying to stay off, social media or something like that, right? Like I loved this app, but I've started doing my tracking on paper. If you are in one of my programs, you know that I really encourage you to track your sales hours, right? I work a 3-day work week, so I really encourage you for 30 minutes, 3 times a day, when you're getting into the habit of making more money and selling, tracking those actions. And I have a digital tracker I share with my clients. I have the digital daily check-in and the digital sales tracker. But I have really, for myself, started transitioning to a paper tracker. So I'm going to be sharing all of these tools and resources for you. If you love the digital version, I still have the digital version of my daily check-in. But you guys, my amazing designer, Ruth Ann, actually designed a paper check-in because I had clients asking for paper version of this years ago, right? I was just really into it digitally, but I have moved now to the paper version myself. And it has just been such a gift to check in those 6 areas. I'm still doing the same mindset work, but I'm doing it on paper. I'm doing it without distractions. I'm doing it checking into my intuition. And I really think the process of writing is meditative in itself. And so I want to invite you to try this with me, to try doing the daily check-in on paper just to see if you like it. And either way, if you don't do a daily mindset exercise, I believe it is the most essential thing you can be doing in your business. Is asking yourself, what are my wins? What are my priorities today? It really only takes 10 minutes a day. But I feel like right after that, it's important to do your sales actions. But before that, the mindset is everything because it makes the sales easier. It makes the visibility easier. And so I want to challenge you to try the paper daily check-in. I will have a printable version accessible to you for free. I'll make sure that it's in the show notes. But I'm really excited to see what this does for me in this era, whether I just do this for the next year, whether it's permanent. My guess is this is a permanent shift because I feel like when I started doing my daily check-in on my Google Doc, ChatGPT wasn't a thing. Also, I don't think TikTok was a thing, right? Like, I think the world is becoming increasingly noisier. And so I think we just have to take more preventative measures to create a protective boundary around our mental space, around our mental health, right? And really allowing us to start the day instead of technology starting the day. I'll also link to my phone detox course. That's great if you start, because as online entrepreneurs, we have to be on our phones, right? But it really helps with specific phone boundaries that you can create to have more freedom online so that you can still use your phone as a money-making tool, but that it's feeling really spacious and supportive. I think you'd be shocked to find out how little, like I've had Instagram deleted off my phone for like 3 weeks. I downloaded it here and there when I needed to post, but really you do not need to be online very much, even if you have an online business, right? Especially if you're a coach and you love the coaching. I spend most of my time on Zoom, right? I do a lot of my content as writing. Permission to put the boundaries you need to so that you enjoy your business, so that you can stay in touch with yourself, your heart, your intuition, because I really feel like that's what's going to not just help you survive in business, but especially if you're passionate about doing the 3-day work week like I do. I work about 3 days a week and then 3 weeks out of the month, right? So that means 1 to 2 weeks a month off or working light. Doing a practice like this, a mindset practice like this every day is essential to it. And the trackers that I've created, I think that you're going to love because, again, it reminds you, you actually don't need to sell that much. You don't need to get visible that much, right? You just need to do it 3 times a week or whatever metrics you set for yourself. But you do need to do it, right? Give yourself permission to set up the system, set up the tools, and maybe try doing it offline. See what comes up for you. I would love to hear from you. Are you noticing this change too? Are you feeling like as the world is getting noisier, you're needing to create more boundaries for yourself to stay offline, to stay online with the clients and the people that matter most to you? I'd love to hear any ideas for changes that you are making, things that are working well for you right now. I would love to hear it. And I will continue sharing too things that I feel that are working for me. Thank you so much for tuning in and just wishing you the smoothest start to the year. And I just know it's going to be our most profitable one yet. Thanks for hanging out today. Please hit that subscribe button so you can make sure to stay updated anytime a new episode drops. And I would love for you to join me in my free Facebook community. It's called The Heart-Centered Entrepreneur. We discuss the podcast episodes. I regularly go live and do free trainings. And you may even meet your newest biz bestie. So you can join at heartcenteredcommunity.com. It's absolutely free, and I cannot wait to see you in there.